Hello everybody, let me start by saying the Bedrock Guide is back. Season 3 will be starting soon, but we have a few things to talk about before we kick off the new season. And in case you're wondering, this is the Season 3 seed. I'll give that to you later. So we're gonna go back and talk about Season 2 in a moment and what I learned from Season 2. But first, we're gonna talk about what is going to be happening in Season 3. So now that I'm not worried about having to edit my own footage, which I really did not like doing the video editing portion of things, and I have a little bit better sense of what it takes to have a successful guide series, both for myself and for you guys, we're gonna really be focusing hard on a lot of the little tips and tricks that you guys need to learn to have a better, easier, and more fun time in your survival worlds. I've learned this along the way as well, is that not everybody's going to enjoy playing a survival world the same way. And I went through a lot of Season 2, we'll talk about this a little bit later, trying to force myself to play the game a certain way that I thought Minecraft should be played. And I really just found out that it made the game less interesting to me. It made me lose my motivation for the world and really my motivation for the series. So now I kind of got a good feel of how things are going to go, and we're going to keep things nice and simple. I'm not going to have an overarching theme to the base. We're not going to have this like big mega base. It's going to like consist of like all these matching parts that are like puzzle pieces that go together. We're just going to build what we feel like building, when we feel like building it, and how we feel like building it. And I think that's gonna be the best way to go. And honestly, I think that's the way that most people like to play Minecraft anyways. I found that's the way I like to play Minecraft the most. So we're gonna have some really cool, big, awesome builds. We're gonna have tons of farms, probably every farm that you could possibly imagine at some point, because I love building farms. So again, I'm gonna be playing Minecraft my way and the way that I like doing it, but I'm gonna be teaching you guys along the way. So we're gonna have farms, they're gonna be decorated, they're gonna look cool. We're gonna make buildings along the way, maybe little bits of lore and fun things happen along the way as well. I'm just going to kind of go about things in whatever way I see fit as we go. It's going to be very unscripted, unplanned, other than what the topic of the guide is. And I think you guys are going to both learn and have fun along the way. I cannot wait to get this series started. But first, before we jump into some of these pre-episodes, which I'm going to explain that format here at the end, let's go ahead and let's talk about Season 2 just a little bit. So first of all, you guys that have watched the Season 1 and Season 2 of the Bedrock Guide and loved it, you know that I did both of those seasons with Blue Jay. Obviously, Blue Jay is not making content anymore, at least not at this time. And I don't intend on bringing anybody else on board. This is going to be a single player series. Not to say that it's impossible that nobody like crops in at any point, but I don't have any plans for that. And it would only happen if I thought the positioning and the timing and the person and what we were going to do was right. So who knows what can happen, but for now, there are no plans in that regard. But Blue Jay being gone isn't what made me lose interest really in Bedrock Guide Season 2. What really made me lose interest in Bedrock Guide Season 2 was I was really trying to force myself to do things in a lot of ways that really just weren't working. So this is a lesson to you. Don't try to play a way that you think you're supposed to play. And don't try to play a way that you've seen other people play and you just want to mimic them. It's not going to turn out good. And you're not going to have fun in your world. It's not going to be fun for you. And that's kind of what I did to an extent, right? One of the things that I kind of had in my head that I felt like I needed to do was I needed to become a better builder. So I forced it upon myself with a big like set of plans that we were going to do. In Bedrock Guide Season 1, it was the beginnings of that. We did a whole bunch of little like buildings and made a town, a village or some sort, if you will. And for the most part, it worked out pretty good. I did start to get a little exhausted with it towards the end, but we made it to the end of the season. When Season 2 came along, I wanted to do bigger and better and really push myself to the limit. And we came up with this cool idea of doing a dwarven, elvish style mixed cave base with above ground base thing. And in my head, it sounded really cool and it sounded really fun. And it started out really cool and fun too. But I eventually got to the point where I was in over my head. I can build, I do decent, right? I've built some pretty good things, I think. I'm no like Flip or Mythical Sausage or anything, but I can hold my own. I can do all right. But pushing myself into a like new style to build on a grand scale over a long period of time, it's just not me. I get too bored with it. It's not the technical kind of fun that I like to have in Minecraft. On top of that, it doesn't work for a guide series because then I'm spending days building things that aren't really part of a guide, so to speak, and they don't interest you guys. and they really don't interest me. And they slow down the progress of the guide, and they make me slow down on the guide portion of teaching game mechanics and redstone and all of these different things that I like to do, and it just totally throws the flow off. On top of that, I wanted to stream. Streaming is a good way for me to connect with you guys in a different way. It's a good, fun way to interact with the audience, and it was hard to fit streams into the guide series. I had to stream certain things, right? Like if I had planned recording for building a farm, I couldn't really stream that. Like it's too hard to properly show everything in the stream, pay attention to people in the stream while also recording it for a video. So I wouldn't stream for a week because I was working on a project for the guide, right? And then I would have something where I wanted to do a stream for, and then I would hold up episodes of the guide for 6-8 hours a day or something like that, just so I could fit this one stream in, and it really stressed me out. So now I have the Harder Core series, which is going to 100% continue. I love that series. It's going to continue as a stream only series. So now if I feel like I need to stream, I'll stream on Harder Core. If I want to record episodes, I'll record the Bedrock guide. And if it just so happens that the Bedrock guide's at a point where I can say, hey, I need to collect 2 chests of wood, let me do that on stream, then we'll stream the Bedrock guide as well whenever it makes sense and whenever it fits. No need to force anything anymore. It's going to make the series so much more enjoyable for me. I cannot wait to get it started. Anyways, all of this leads back to what season 3 is going to be. Season 3 is going to be about you guys, about doing the things that is going to help you make and build your Minecraft world. And it's about me doing it the way that I love to do it and deliver it in the way that I think is going to work best for everybody. So if you're excited about season 3 of Bedrock Guide coming out, go ahead, leave a like, drop a comment down below. I want to know the things that you are looking to see in the early game, in the mid game, in the late game. Break it up into different comments, throw it all in one comment. I don't care. Just drop me down in the comments below. Let me know the things that you're hoping to see. Let me know any tips and tricks and things like that that you want to give right off the bat. I'll be taking a look at those as soon as this video comes out and as soon as you guys post them. And as far as season 3 goes, the format that we're going to be going with here, first of all, we're going to be doing 3 episodes that are pre-episode 1 episodes. One where I'm going to be going over game settings so we can kind of talk about those and people can see what the different game settings are and what those different game settings can do. Number 2 is going to be about planning out your world in advance. For those of you that do like to do a little bit of planning beforehand, I like to do a little bit of planning beforehand too. Maybe not as much as some, maybe more than others, right? And then lastly, the third pre-season 1 opener episode will be about how to make a Minecraft world. We'll go over all the different options. That way all of you know what all the different options when it comes to creating a world does. And then we won't have to go over any of that and we can jump right into game. So if you're excited for the start of season 3, again, click that like button and turn on those notifications. Set them to always on. That way you always get notified when a Bedrock Guide episode comes out. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.